come on, and say yeah. That in my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah. We coming, yeah. We better start be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. And then when we meet obstacles, we better start be coming. Yeah, you come man, yeah. We coming. We better start be coming. When the year is me checking you again, guys, go. C'est fort, oui, comment?
Good evening from my end, and I'd like to say welcome yet again to another edition of the program, The Bottom Line. And this program comes your way every Tuesday and Friday, but we're going to make some adjustments here in a day and a time. Let's say the day. Usually we come on every Tuesday and Friday, but we have a new time schedule or new day schedule, and that is going to be every Tuesday instead of every Tuesday and Friday. So until otherwise, when we should have worked out certain details, we'll be on here every Tuesday as of next Tuesday. So today is the final edition for now for the Bottom Line on Friday. That means next Friday will not be here, and all other Fridays coming, we now going to be here. So we're not going to be on every Tuesday for now until the technical adjustments can be concluded or finalized, and then we will announce our next days to come. But for now, it's only on Tuesday, and this is the last edition for Friday. My name is Linford Goa, and I'm expecting my co-hosts to pop in. But tonight we're going to be discussing, basically, this show is all about the ANC and Mr. Cummings, okay? And so things that are unfolding against Mr. Cummings, things that are affecting him, things that are in his favor, things that are working out for him, are those things that we discuss here predominantly. And by the way, there is a program on the same platform that comes on Saturdays, and it's going to come on tomorrow, and it's called the ANC Night, and that is exclusively about the ANC and Mr. Cummings. But on the Bottom Line itself, we discuss other issues, but focus mainly on the ANC and Mr. Cummings. And so we like to say welcome. If you are joining us, please help us to share the video to your contacts and invite your friends so that we'll be able to discuss. Like I said, my co-hosts will be joining me pretty soon. And so sit tight and rest assured that we will make it interesting for you. Basically, tonight we'll be talking about the case against Mr. Cummings, the dramatic changes that are taking place every day, new accusation. First, it was fingering of documents, and then the case has been in court for 5 months, and every day there is something new. If they're not bringing the whole nation they're not subpoenaing the whole nation to come and testify, they are changing the accusations. Now it's no more what do you call that, fingering. Now it is what? I mean, I just don't understand. So tonight we'll discuss it as I wait for my co-hosts to come. Let me just play something from the Wild Moth Boy, who has now taken the glory unto himself as the one who totally damaged the CPP, the one who says that yes, I single-handedly damaged the chances of Mr. Cummings. But this is somebody who is like a dog who vomits and eats it. So let me just play this thing and I will comment on it.
Not going to change. Joe Barker has no fresh ideas. Joe Barker is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking, and I cannot support a dead man walking.
I'll play one more time.
Not going to change. Joe Barker has no fresh ideas. Joe Barker is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking, and I cannot support a dead man walking.
I cannot support a dead man walking. This was 2017. And Joe Barker was supposed to be a dead man walking 2017. He cannot lead this country. He's not qualified. He's sick. He's dead already. But this time we should be walking over his grave. But the Wild Moth Boy, the butt naked boy, he's like a dog who vomits and return to that very vomit. You know, the boy has no pride. I mean, people don't know, and the group of people that follow him, I listen to him, but not that I support him. No, I listen to him to hear some of the nonsense he talk, and also to mark them down against him. And I can assure this young boy that in the future, everything that he's doing will haunt him. Everything that he's doing, it will haunt him. Okay? That he will just talk. And the hypocrisy in this boy is so big, it's so unforgivable. I think, if God will forgive people like this, then God will forgive almost everybody. Because the first thing is that the boy is very rude. And the reason why he's rude, I will delve into that. I will delve into that. He's rude. Okay? The guy has abused prominent people in the society. He has abused Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. No matter who Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is, she's somebody's mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and Africa's first female president. I don't subscribe to anything about Ellen being president or why was she achieved. No. But the Bible, the very Bible, the God that created us, say, respect people, respect other people, okay? So that your day upon the earth will be prolonged. But this boy abuses everybody, women, whether they are women or men, he abuses everybody, and I will delve into that. But the point I want to make here is that the first thing, Joe Barker is desperate. Joe Barker is desperate. Paul, welcome. I was just trying to do a monologue on this thing, and then you popped up. Let me say welcome to you, Paul, and we'll continue. I will continue the discourse.
Good evening, Leifa. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I'm very good, and praise God, another day surviving, so I'm okay. I see you got passion in your voice. Something has triggered your passion this evening, or what?
Yes, I'm very invigorated right now. I'm on fire. Sometimes, like we always say, Mr. Cummings is cool. Mr. Cummings is cool. Some of us are very hot, and since we are hot, we always let to play the cool part, because when we get hot, it becomes bad. And I sometimes hate to go this way, because after today there is a tomorrow, and there is a Liberia forever. We will move from here and go, and there will be Liberia forever. So I always let to play my cool, take things easy, because nobody knows tomorrow. A few years back, 30 years back, war started. We were fighting war, killing each other. People thought there will be no Liberia tomorrow. The same people that are killing people when they see others today, who they nearly killed, they can hide themselves. Nobody knows tomorrow. So this little wild moth boy, this boy that has no pride, this boy that comes from, basically lived in the street. See, the first thing is, like I said, I'll delve into his background. So, but now, for now, let me just lay a premise for it. Where Joe Boakai, a statesman, the man that is supposed to be a statesman, the man that is supposed to be a wise man. This man, the nation is supposed to look up to this man at certain time in point for decision making. The nation is supposed to consult this man, okay? But where is his pride? That he has sold his pride, his soul, his dignity to somebody who himself has none, okay? That you're supposed to be a statesman. And even if this guy, this wild mob boy had a passport for you to go to heaven, would you do that? That he will call you a dead man walking? Even me, and nobody can tell me. My father, my late father, peace be to his ashes, he will not. You will not say that word to him. And even if you have the passport for him to go to heaven, he will not accept it. He would rather go the other way. And so I am. Okay? That this guy will abuse you, belittle you, disgrace you, dehumanize you. And that statement alone even cost you the elections. Okay? And then he will turn around and come and even play the wise man that he's supposed to be, and play that he's wiser than you, and becomes a con artist that can work on your mind. You statesman, you're supposed to be the wisest man that we have. Okay? And then this man is now controlling you by your nose. That he will tell you, pull out the CPP, you pull up, or do this, and you do it. Go and form new collaboration that you will be the coronated head, and anybody that is coming, they will come honor you, and you do it. Simply, Mr. Cummings did not subscribe to his ideology, or to the ideology that all of you bear. This is why you all gang up against him. And you're using this little boy as well as the hunting dog to hunt down Mr. Cummings. Today, the guy was on his show, and this one really touched me today. That he will be things that got, okay, you people got case against Mr. Cummings in a court, right? If the case against Mr. Cummings is going against Mr. Cummings, I think you guys should be celebrating, okay? Whether Mr. Cummings hires their body or injures or whatever, you shouldn't be worried about it. And he sat there today and washed his mouth on Mr. Cummings. Now, let me go to him. The reason why this boy does not respect people is very simple. The boy, he's not a Liberian. His mother was something I don't want to say, okay? Because according to him himself, he got what? He got siblings, and they all have different fathers. So I'm from a family, okay? We are 11 children from mother and father, at least. We got one father, we get one mother. Very great. I'm proud of that. But you got four or five people with different fathers. That alone tells you who this guy is. The guy doesn't know his father. So he will disrespect anybody. I will not abuse Joe Boakai, no matter what. I will not abuse even any man, because I know how we suffer for children. Okay? So that a guy will go and begin to abuse almost everybody in the country. Everybody in the country. And he thinks that he's a big and bad guy. Sometimes I look at people like this. If you don't have long life, certain things can trickle you. And the monkey that will die will not hear wisdom. He's a big and bad. You got a nation of 5 million people, and you believe that you are a big and bad guy. Paul, you want to come on? No. You want to come in? You can chip in if you want to. But this guy, the first thing is, he does not have a father figure. So he doesn't know what, a father goes through. Okay? That you just sit there and abuse other people's father. Mr. Cummings is a well-respected man in the international community and even back home. And he got family. That you will sit and begin to abuse him all the time. What has this man done to you? The Joe Boakai that you promoting and then abusing Mr. Cummings for, you think nobody can abuse him? Some of kind of traditional background, we get parents, okay? And we know the kind of training that our parents gave us. That's why we close our mouths. But somehow it will open your mouth on Joe Boakai. you'll be like chicken feather flying in the air if you do know. You see, when he believes that he got monopoly to moth or to bad words, that's nonsense. You know what? Some all know I'm older than you. I'm almost 2 times you. So what I have known, a small boy can't tell you pass man, well, you come to long pass you. No way. No matter what. So what some of all have done, and we know, you do know it. You can be as smart as what? Okay? So you can't abuse other people's parents. But you know, time will come and we'll begin to remove the gloves, and it will become dirty. Because you know, we don't see any sanity adding up. There is no sanity, nothing is adding up. I think the language, you know, like Paul, I try to understand Paul sometimes. Paul said the language that these people understand is what they use. Okay, and Joe Walker, I don't know, even though the guy think he's playing smart to say Joe Walker doesn't tell me what to do. So if you can't promote, if I'm promoting Paul Chorley and at the same time abusing Peter, so then Paul will never tell me stop. Okay, or Paul got no control over me, but I'm promoting him. I'm in his favor, but abusing another person. Even the stupid person will know that Joe Walker is aware of what this pot naked boy does. Okay. He got no father. His mother was not committed to one man. She was up and down there. Okay? So what do you expect? This man, he can't point to his father. Then he said, Mr. Comey did not build. You show your father's house in Liberia. Show your father's house. Show which place your father come from. Okay? See, the vagabond people like that, they're all troublemakers. Vagabond, because he's connected to nowhere. Okay? I come from a place, and the place I come from, my great grandparents established that town. It's there. The record is there. It's a big town. More than almost 4,000 people live there. Okay, so I'm proud of that. And my grandparents established place. Where's your father's home? Okay, you got people like this, and I know at that time there was no condom, so anything could happen. And at that time, probably the mother could not buy a full condom, or the father could not have a full condom. And people who are born out of this kind of situation, they're always troublemakers. People who, because where's the father? He didn't see a father, so he doesn't know what father figure means. He doesn't know. But he will, I'm waiting, let him abuse me. Let him try it. We'll go wild. I will unleash all my people on him. The first thing is that this guy, let him deny that a father guy in a village in Liberia. Okay? Let him deny. He was just telling people the last time that he was the first to build a house for a grandmother in the village. So can you imagine? So you talk about Mr. Comey did not build a house in Liberia. So Mr. Comey is supposed to live 2 places, right? Yeah? Or Mr. Comey, when World War 14 in Liberia, Mr. Comey is supposed to come and start building mansion in Liberia. Mr. Comey does not have to live in Liberia. We stay on Liberia. Our constitution says once a Liberian, always a Liberian. Paul, I think you can come on and we can move on with our. But I just want to make this thing clear that this guy who behaves like a dog, he will vomit and turn around and lick his vomit. He's licking his own vomit on Joe Walker. Good evening, Paul, and let's flow. Oh, you've been following. I don't know if you got anything to add to what I was saying, but we've been following. Yeah. Come in.
Linford, it's good to be here. It's Friday, and usually say thank God it's Friday. It's the weekend that we all sit and rest and look forward to the weekend with family, and then start the ball rolling again on a Monday. I wouldn't dwell on somebody who if you dwell on people like that, it make them relevant. I wouldn't dwell on somebody.
No, but sometimes it's good to sometimes it's good to, let me tell you, Paul. Look, you see crazy man, the crazy man gets some sense. If the crazy man feels that he can do anything and just get away,
right. Yeah, the reason what I'm saying this is glaring to a lot of Liberians now. So this sort of people, I wouldn't go after them because everyone knows the character, apart from those, the blindfolded one who refuse to have their own thinking. In Liberia, when was one say faculty, the children used to say that. So I wouldn't dwell on him. What I will focus on here is what Mr. Cummings bring to the Liberia political discourse, what he bring on the table, what is his policy, what his agenda to change the lives
You
of
are
many
100%
people
right, Paul. You are
instead of
100% right.
wasting your
But
energy
there
and
is a
time.
music. The Mr. Cummings music that I play from the start. I'm not cutting you up. Like I told you, I'm really off for it tonight. The Mr. Cummings music I play from the start. It says, "Well, we are moving. Anywhere we meet obstacle, we sweep it. You can't have one little street child standing every day abusing the man. I mean, it hurts. It hurts. Not that Mr. Cummings cannot react, but this is a statement. Okay, so sometimes we got to nail it in a bud, B-U-D, and not a Jefferson Koji. But then, I also agree with you that we should be selling Mr. Cummings' ideologies, his platform, educating the Liberian people. But the same Liberian people that we are trying to educate, some of them are still not getting it, simply because you got one street child from nowhere that got no connection to Liberia at all, because traditionally, your mother's home is not your home. You don't carry your mother's name, okay? The Dominican move from today, you want to where your father came from. You will not be a Liberian.
So, Linford, this is what I'm saying. You helping them in the process, because if this guy, you don't talk about him, he become irrelevant in the people get, look, the thing is, they keep casting the stone. You see, your believer, look at the Bible. They were throwing Jesus Christ was still he was saying, Father, forgive them. So you don't follow those people. Push the message forward that you have to tell the people. One of the key things in Liberia, people don't know their voting rights. And those are the things. Even you may be amazed, your own brothers and sisters that live with you in the diaspora, they don't have their own sense of direction or making decision. They follow people. So I think you should look at it that way and let's not dwell on this.
I understand.
Nonsense.
I understand, Paul, but sometimes the human nature got to perform, and so I think. But I'm not grinding arms, though. I'm not grinding arms. But for the program tonight, I will cease fire for now. But I will always come back, and I will always come back until the end. And so, Paul, we've been following the developments in this case. The original accusation was that Mr. Cummings fingered the document. He made changes. He changed a lot of things inside. And the case went to court. Since the case went to court, the momentum, we all know, we don't need to say that over and over. The momentum that the case had, everybody expected this case to be like maybe 1 week. With the Solicitor General saying that he got all the facts. I remember this particular question from Tourmaline Judge on Spoon. Do you have facts, or have you judged any case like this before that you lay your premise on? Oh yes, the facts I've got, they are indisputable. And we've gone 5 months, nothing happening. But every day you got new accusation, you got new thing adding up to the original charge. It is glaring that this case is intended to prolong to the point where Mr. Cummings would be denied the opportunity to campaign, and maybe at the end of the day, they're going to pass a judgment that will bring him down guilty, and he will forfeit his chance to take part in the elections. But the first thing I want to ask here, do you see, even if Mr. Cummings is brought down guilty, do you see the ANC still taking part in the elections?
But the thing is there anything in the Constitution of Liberia that when you are found guilty of for forgery that you cannot contest? Is there anything that will stop you?
There is nothing in the Constitution so far like that.
Right.
But what will play here is that there is a jail sentence for it or a bond. So probably, see, that my fear here is that Mr.
No, they think there's no fear business here. If that's the case, then the murderers in Liberia that contested for all those senatorial seats, why they elected them? So the only thing I can say on this, if you stop him, now that means it will not be him, but this man he got followers.
Right.
His follower, one mad follower could do something in our country. This is my fear for my country, Liberia. This reminds me of 1980. This particular government reminds me of the 1980 regime. They behave like they didn't come to power by the ballot box. It's like they behave like they took power by the gun. So this is where my fear comes in. They cannot deny him from running. Even they can send him to jail. You see, when you want what bring trouble in a country, these are the things that build up to little trouble. If you say you have case against this person that you prosecute, that fraudulent, just document. It take a week or two, case over. If you have the evidence, why should it drag on up to 5 months? So the intent is there, but then that intent also, the intent also can lead to serious trouble in the country. That would be my fear. No one can deny him from running.
Okay, and just to add on what you saying, Paul, we were all young boys. I remember 1985 elections, and everybody knew, even we that were under 14 age, we still knew that the Liberia Action Party won, because everywhere you went, people were talking about the rooster. And this election was rigged by Doe. And similar thing like this happened. People became disenfranchised. People felt they were downplayed. They were marginalized. It's the same thing happening. Everybody went to this arrangement, okay, as equals. But simply because Mr. Cummings did not give in to go as vice president to the presidential king, the man who is king is supposed to be president by all means. And so, and even this morning, this boy was again saying the same thing, repeating it. Everybody knows now. The Liberian people should know this, that Mr. Cummings committed no sin. The only problem is he refused to go as vice president, because they are saying, why he said that George Weah even wanted to become president. He ran 2005, he failed, he had to go back to school, he had to come and be senator, and so you can't just come from nowhere and kind of be at the top. Who told you that in the constitution there is any qualification that says you should be secretary, before you know, office boy, secretary, and then messenger or blah 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 before you become president? No. Okay. Yes, you could work your way out, your way up from there, and so Mr. Cummings says, see, the only thing he committed was this, that he didn't go under them. And even if he had gone under them, they will still manipulate him. And who knows? Paul, let me tell you, in life, things can happen for to you, it happens for a reason. The hatred that these people have for Mr. Cummings, if Mr. Cummings had gone as vice president, you know that one day they will just come and say Mr. Cummings is planning coup against the president, and they will grab the poor man, allow do something to him or jail him for lifetime to prevent him from succeeding this president, to the president that he would have become vice to. You don't know that. So there are a lot of things that are happening. And you said something the last time, that all the things that happened to Mr. Cummings is for a reason. And I think it's because God knows that he has to refine him, so that at the time he will come to power, he already knows. Okay? And these same people that are prosecuting him will be like the brothers of Joseph, who wanted to kill him, and at the end of the day, they all had to go before him. Proceed.
The thing is, I've said it over and over that there are few bad elements in Liberia, bad people, and those bad people, those handful of bad people run the situation over there. And the bad guys that are talking about is the list of people that Benedict Urey and all that even staffed his man Charles Taylor in the back and took all of his share in Lone Star and became the most richest men in Liberia. It's those sort of people that when you come in a collaboration with, it's what you expect. And a lot of ANC followers did warn Mr. Cummings of joining with these people. So he paid the price by joining them. And that's about everything have time. It's time for everything. So the time for them to do what they want to do. If Mr. Cummings will be president of Liberia, he will be. If he will not be, he will not be. So that's it. So he have to go through that phase. And that is the truth. So among all of these people that are taking him to court, even including the incumbent, what are their policy agenda for the country? How are they attempt to change Liberia? Somebody who been in office for 50 years that never done anything good for that country, because he been there for 50 years, I wonder why the Eddie didn't pick him. Something not right with this guy, to be honest with you. And Eddie saw that. And many of us said, oh, Eddie was a wicked woman. But Eddie knew, giving it to this man, Liberia could have gone somewhere else that we would not even anticipate. So Eddie is very quiet. Her name had been, he came up with all sort of story about, he was a podcast, she ran a show. But then, if she was successful in the very first 6 years of her administration, where he parked, while he became a park car, something is not right with this old man. And because something not right with him, Eddie did not support him. I cannot run with you for 12 years. We serve the people. Then time comes, I bypass you, leave for and pick someone else. That is a question that Liberians have not asked themselves. Why Eddie did not support this man? Something wicked about this guy that Eddie know, we don't know. And this is what playing. This man been friendly with Mr. Cummings for 40 years. For Christ's sake, if you want to lead this CPP collaboration, he's the youngest brother. Call him in a room. In Liberia, we do the same. My picking come here. They think here. Let me get there for 2 years. Then I pass it on to you. Gordon Brown and Tony Blair did it in the UK. When the Conservative Party ruled this place for over 18 years. When Labour, to get Labour in party, they needed to have some sort of dialogue between the two key runners in Labour Party. One became number two, and the agreement was, I will serve the first term and win, then after me you will come. Why Barker couldn't do that? He never had a discussion with Cummings. And then his surrogate started running with this nonsense that, the man number two. But they had an agreement. The agreement let go through the process. Going through the process is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to go through a process. That contest they were in. So why, if this old man ran away from contest, that tells you something about him. He does not mean well for Liberia, and his surrogates know that. So,
and just to pop in, Paul, you continue. You know, I was listening to December 2020 edition, one of their, I think December 4 edition. If you have chance, just go and look for it. OKFM. Morning Rush, and they were interviewing at the time. You know, this whole CPP wrangling was coming in. They were interviewing George Wisner, and you know George Wisner is he's been in a Unity Party as one of the stewards, and something that caught my ear. I really wanted to do that clip yesterday so that we can play it today, but I have some malfunctioning something. And George Wisner said something. He said, from the start, when we were making this agreement, the CPP framework agreement, all of them agreed. All of the political parties agreed to everything that was inside. Nobody objected to it. Okay? And they, according to George Wisner, that's if I will try to cue that thing next time we'll play it. And George Wisner said, they all agreed. But when time progressed, they saw that Mr. Cummings was, advancing. Then they begin to renege on most of the things that they themselves have placed in the agreement. And he said, I quote, that he, George Wisner, told them that I don't agree to some of these things people are doing. We can't agree to something, then last minute of time we start to withdraw. And this is where he had problem with the Unity Party. And they started saying that he's supporting commies. And so he told us, okay, I'll move my hand from the party work. And since I didn't even win the chairmanship, I'll move my hand from the party work and I'll go to do my work. I think he got some organization called Alari or something like that. Okay. And when he said this thing, it really touched my heart yesterday. That these people, they all agree to everything that is in a framework agreement. There is nothing that Mr. Comey put there that they don't know about. But because they see that the man is advancing, and when he takes power, all of them, their hope will fail. Because, of course, the agenda is to go there and get rich. Georgia government has set example for them. They were there 12 years, they did some, but the other group that want to go now, because Ellen was president and she had power, she did what she could do. Jose, he was Parker, so that he opportunity now to go there and do what Ellen did. You see it? So the whole thing here is a failed case. We hope the justice system can take its course. And also, I don't know whether you were able to see this clip. Yesterday, it was even shared. But I tried to find it later. I couldn't get it. About Councillor Pierre Boo. This lady spoke out. She said, the people down there are making mockery of the justice system. She's been around there, according to her. I've been in this place around here for 40 years practicing. So what they're doing is wrong. And she said she trusts that Justice Copper and the whole bench will take the right decision. How do you look at that? I mean, this is coming from a former judge, and somebody that have been on the bench before.
Well, Linford, the thing is simple though. I'm not a legal person, but common sense just tell us that this case have not turned Liberia a legal system into a shambles and a laugh. Our neighbors see this as a laugh and it's a joke. It never, this is the first time in history. I'm a student of history and I've studied places in the world that I know is this what happened in Liberia never happened before in my lifetime. That a strong opposition that came together that won a lot of seats. Strong contending opposition because they had an agreement to go through a process that one group said, no, we think this one will win. The other person said, let's go through the process. And the one who refused to go through the process now collaborating with the government to prosecute another an opposition leader. Is that makes sense? Then the same group that the opposition are collaborating, their lawyers had now joined team with the government lawyer to prosecute another opposition leader. It's a laughing matter. If I took you to court, I took you to the police station and said, look, this man went and signed my name on his paper. And this signature is not my signature. What makes that so difficult that it will drag up to 5 months? So the whole legal system now become an embarrassment to us Liberians, that what our people are doing, our government doing. It's just embarrassment. And this is the point. That's what she was saying. For 40 years, she has practiced over there. It's a laughing matter. So what are the lawyers? What are those people that went to Louis Atherton Grant School of Law? What the law they learn? Where are they? That the Liberian situation will come today that our Nigerians and Ghanaians brothers are laughing at us. It's a joking matter, man. And it's a shame. Sometimes you wonder what kind of country we have. It's embarrassing. And the woman is right. They need to throw the nonsense out. You see? And those people who don't want Mr. Cummings to be the strong contender, they will go on all of these government platforms called Spoon to talk nonsense. Oh, the case must continue. There's case. What case? You see? That was say something is not right with Liberia, and all of the way it playing out, it may end up different. And that's the fear I'm having. How this happened, or opposition, strong opposition that came together that one seat, they stay part of that opposition, and then they in bed with the government to prosecute another person. Does that make sense?
You know, I'm not very good in science, but there is something called effervescent. If you take a bottle of Coca-Cola and shake it, you shake it, shake it, shake it. When you open it, what happens? It will pull over. That is certain. I don't know whether it's a chemical or something, but that reaction is called effervescence. The same thing can happen. Like we were talking about the 1985 elections and the Dole regime and blah, blah, blah. You know, all these things build up. They build up. And when the people get fed up, they get fed up. Because in any case, what use is a man's life if somebody has suppressed him to the point where he can no more survive? What use is a man's life if he feels that he doesn't have right in his own country where he lives, that other people will suppress him just for them to live? What use is a man's right or life if he doesn't see his future? Or what use is a group of people's lives if they don't see their own importance in their country? What happens? They will go for the ultimate. And let me tell you, for me, I don't eat crab with shame. Like bro, people say that, we don't want war again. No, war can come in the country any hour, any minute from now, any day, war can come. Because what brings war? Things that make people mad. Look, war is not some statue sitting there in a bush and waiting to come to town. No. The same people walking in a town, the same people you interact with, the same people you deal with, the same people you talk to, they bring war. And when you treat them the way they're not supposed to be treated, they can bounce back. Okay? Those of you who know physics, if you get up and push a wall, you push that wall, you can't push it no more. So you feel that the wall is pushing you back. Or take football and hit it on and bounce it on the wall or bounce it on the ground. It will come back to you. See it? So to every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Anything that you do, during the Dole regime, Dole felt he was so powerful. Dole was armed. I remember, hey God, thank you. I was walking at Johnson Road that day. I think that was if I'm not mistaken, 1986, 87, between there. Okay? Dole went to Romania. He bought all the ratting, World War II, something, they were bringing it, carrying it to the barrel. Two of them broke down at Johnson Road right there. And so when those things were parking in the barrel, Dole felt, he had all. Dole felt that he could do anything. Okay? He grabbed his own vice president and killed him. All the people who went through the revolution, he killed them because he felt that he had the power. So, people we kind of forget history. That's why when you say you're a student of history, I just laugh. How many Liberians can really read or listen or remember history? We don't. We had to learn, Liberians, and then we quite to forget the thing what it took us almost 10 years to learn. We'll forget in 1 minute. We fought 14 years of war. And why did the war come? The war came because of advantage. Okay? You went against one whole country. And even against some people from your own country. Okay? And what happened? So the people had to come back because they felt that lives were useless. Their lives were not useful anymore. The people gave up hope. And when people become hopeless, my friend, things can happen. So when I hear people, no work and can't do like, who told you no work? The same people who fought the war, they stay around. And their children are still around. And you treat them like that. Yeah? You think the war that came from in the forest? No. It came from the town, the people. Okay? So if you treat the people like that, the people can still bring war. So no stupid person will sit there and say no war can come. Continue and say whether no war can come. I'm not saying war is coming, but war can come. It could. If the trend continues to be what it is. Somebody win election in Lofa, you deny the person because you say they have money. Money can be paid. Let a man do a job and pay you the money.
Linford, let me come in. The reason why I say this government remind me of 1980, and I'll go step by step. You see, when those started with the justice system, the first person when he started doing the thing, who he wanted to impeach, he went for Chair Chipo.
Yeah.
Chair Chipo was what? He was the Chief Justice. You remember that? That was people forget history. George Weah took over. He went for Camino Jenner. Right. You see the similarity in place here?
I see it.
Although there were death squad, people were missing. This government, every day you found dead people on the street. You see the comparison I'm making? Election came. Eddie then didn't take their seat, although she won. They left. When it came back, that's trouble. Today, the same government now, they're burning Samoka, then they now after Cummings. So my fear in all this, I just see like it's a 1980 playbook that is happening in our eyes for people who don't know. For the older generation,
people say history can repeat itself.
So the feedback, what's happening is like this something repeating history, repeating itself. And that's my only fear I have for Liberia. So why don't we allow the process to flow? You see, this is my point. There's so many people have been killed in the country. Nobody know, no head, no tail with all of this that are happening. But people moving on. People cannot even find food to eat. So you got somebody who's saying, look, we need to change this country. Then you get the other guy said, no, the country doesn't need to be changed. We need to put the same old people there to continue for the people to suffer. Does that make sense? So all those surrogates that are going around say they're preaching for the 80-year-old man who been in government for maybe 65 years, have not done anything. I wouldn't listen to them because what we need to be mindful and keep telling people, look, this is the kind of Liberia. If you want a better Liberia, look at those people who run it. All right, if it hits coming so badly, they have Teron Gonglo is running. They have Dr. Wopu, he's also running. They never been in government before. But why this particular man that he's become torn in the flesh with both opposition and the government? Is that something that is happening? Is that the man that they fear so much? So it's Cummings will be president. He will be. If he'll not be president, he will not be. Or don't put him in a situation that he's not supposed to be in. Y'all say he does not have the numbers. Leave him alone. Yeah, he contests. So the man who don't have numbers, you're afraid of him. The old man who been in government for 50 years, say he get 400,000 number, he lack it in a vote, he afraid of him. So what kind of Liberia is this? The one who don't have number, you afraid of him, the government afraid of him, the opposition afraid of him. So what does that leading that they combine? Usually the opposition combine to go after the government. But in this situation, the opposition leader and the government combine to go after another opposition leader who is not even running the country. What sort of Liberia is this? You tell me, Linford.
This shows that this is a system. You know, a system is a group of organs working together. So you got to corrupt people who feel, you know, if you look at in a very united party, I got very close friends, people that I know. Some of the people, they got no history, they got no other education. The only education they got is this university education with no trade backing. And the only place they can end up in a country like Liberia, which has almost zero technology, which has zero industries. Okay, so everybody feel that government is in the place. I know someone, I'm not called any, but when push come to show, I'll call any because I know them and they know me. So these are the people pushing the whole agenda that this is the only place they can get work. And so if it's not them, it should not be somebody, especially somebody who coming with different agenda, somebody who feels that the way the country has been running, it should not be like that anymore. That the common people, at least they should wake up with hope. But these people, my friends, that some of whom I know very well, all they know is no. We got to trample on the unfortunate people and make ourselves up there. And if you move them from government job, they know nothing. They can go nowhere. At least God bless some of at least we got small backing in trade. Okay. I can go and work as journalist anywhere. And even just be a reporter, I'll still get small thing in my pocket. If I can't do that, I can go in maritime. Okay. I'm a logistician. I studied logistics. Okay. I also did ship and port management. So I can work in any port. At least I get small thing. Plus the ABC is there. But he got they learn the pure ABC and nothing backing it. And so they become very desperate. So they will even go and dig up. Let me tell you, the most popular president of Liberia, if they were chance, they can go and dig up JJ Rao and bring him up and say, go along, we'll be behind you. You see it? So these people will do everything possible to fight Mr. Cummings. Or now Mr. Cummings, let me tell you, move Mr. Cummings from there. Tawana Gonglo is also almost preaching the same message like Mr. Cummings against corruption, against human rights abuse. So if you move Mr. Cummings, they can tell him today, Paul, no, move Mr. Cummings, let Tawana go. They will say, he not be president, will let him move. Because why? They got similar agenda. They think he almost the same way. They don't want the system to be the way it used to be.
So my question to you here now, like you when you started the show, you're very angry with some loose cannon. You're so angry. Well, I say forget about this guy. What kind of Liberia with any Liberian want in the 21st century? Is it a Liberian that would want that 80-year-old woman that will meet you on Broad Street and beg you, say, hey, my son, hijo, they please help me with Father Liberty? Is that a kind of Liberia? What kind of Liberia do we want? What the change that Joseph Boyka is bringing? What is the change that Cummings is bringing? What is the kind of hope that George Weah have bringing for the people, although he been there doing nothing much? What is that thing? What is Taiwan bringing? The question that is remain for people to answer, what kind of Liberia we want? What kind of future for our children in Liberia? Nobody answering those questions, but to go behind somebody who tells you, look, we need to change the play and stop the corruption. That's a crime that he's committed.
Yes.
But letting put the money
I told you about the system, Paul. This system is built.
Yeah, but this is so. What the reason why I'm bringing this up, the narrow-minded Liberian that follow Boyka, the Costa, and all of these people, those are the people I ask you, what sort of Liberia do they want? If you have common sense, you will ask the question, what kind of Liberia do we want? We want a Liberia Honor Ellin. What did we get Honor Ellin for 12 years? What do we have now Honor Weah for nearly 6 years? How are we moving forward? What kind of Liberia ahead of us? So where are the agenda of all of these people? Now, the surprising thing now, the government now decide to join with the one who was supposed to be coronated as a king for another opposition that they see he got threat. They're threatened by him. What sort of Liberia is this?
Yeah, but let me address when you talk about what sort of Liberia, especially when you think you're asking the people who are following Joseph Boyka.
No, this thing is across the
but I'll tell you this.
Everybody, not only who you follow, but what kind of Liberia do we want?
I will tell you this. I think this is the second time I will give you the parable. And the reason I gave it is very simple. You know, elephant is the most powerful animal on earth. If people can have elephant in the zoo, why do you think? Lion, the king of the jungle, if people can have it in the zoo, where the small children go and play with the bear. My friend, think twice. The Liberian people have been captured. Their mind have been captured. They have been brainwashed many years ago. Look, if you keep your face, try something. Whether the sun is shining or not, just take something like dark and cover your face for long. When you open your eye, it will take you long for you to get used to life. Liberian, the politicians have kept them down for a very long time, suppressed them from J.J. Rawata until now. So they get used to that. They don't know their rights.
So you're telling me now, you two, your mind is used to that. You can't think beyond that. So that's why, because if you say Liberians,
listen to me. Listen to me. The people we're talking about, they are Liberians. So when I say Liberians, I'm using them as the generality. But let me tell you this. And Paul, can't you see this? It's because you and I have seen the other side of life. No, let me tell you.
Hold on, I hold you right there.
Okay, I stop.
I hold you right there.
I stop.
The very people that I'm not talking about my brother and sister that have not crossed to even go to leave Grand Jada and go to Merida. I'm not talking about those people. The very brothers and sisters that you live with in a diaspora. Their mind captured too. Are they blindfolded? And these very people, some of them live for you in Norway. Time for election, they vote on values. So when it comes to Liberia, and then they capture, that's the point I'm making here.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing. And they say Liberian people not no time. And they say generally they say Liberian people we no time, right? How many Liberians see missing their flight RRA? They will go there on time. So listen to me. I'm coming. I'll make a point. I'm coming. They will go there on time. When they fly high and get in America or Europe, they find job. They will be the first to start going. They think for who not supposed to no time. But the point I'm making is that the thing is built in the people's mind. Okay? Certain things are just built in like Liberian people's mind. You see, tribalism is built in the people's mind. You see, they paying blind eye to the truth. The thing is real, but you want to twist it around. It's built in the people's mind. Now, the same people you're talking about in the diaspora, they know that what they see is not right. Okay? But because they want to pay blind eye to it, the same people who say they no time, they go to Ralphie on time and book their flight and come to America. They work on time here. They clock in on time, clock out on time, and go home. When they get to Liberia, they become the other way. They change. This is why most of the same people who are in government, half of them are living in America. Okay? They all live in America and Europe and whatever. But when they get back, they change because it's built up in their mind. And this is part of it. That's why I told you, the people, when you keep the people face down for long, it becomes part of them. Paul, let me tell you, your village, whether you live in Monrovia for long, but the very day you go in your village, that village spirit will come back in you something that way small. I'm speaking from experience. Okay? So such are Liberians.
So what made them different from me and you?
The difference is we are willing to accept change.
We are willing to accept change.
Great.
And that's what I asked the question. The very people that you're talking about, I have my friends that follow the naked God every day. Friends that I work with, some of them well smart people, but they narrow-minded think that in Liberians, that the very people I told you that when they travel from here to Liberia, they arrive. They get so annoyed of the way the place dark. But these very people come back here that know better than me and you. They still follow a 2-year-old boy that were born in their hand and listen to his nonsense. That one asked that question, what kind of Liberia do we want? You go home, you move. You come on a side, you say, oh yeah, the people don't want to change. But you will have the opportunity to change it. You refuse to change. So what sort of Liberia? And the same very people going up and down today. Oh, that GMB, that GMB. Yes, that GMB. What GMB got to offer? Now, right here in this country, there was election today. I mean, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Labour, Conservative, the Green Party, and Labour Democrat. Because our Prime Minister, he had blundered so much, the people gave him a bloody nose yesterday by voting the opposition leader that on your stewardship will get increase of taxation. Why is it when it comes to us in Liberia? In America, when we get millions of Liberians live, they will know they will vote Republican or Democrat based on what the people have on the table. But when it comes to our own country, then they become something crazy about them. Why?
Yeah.
That so you telling me the darkness that I don't know who put them in that darkness, and thank God me and I in that darkness, and I don't know whether Jesus or whoever took me out of that darkness. And me, they can't get out of that darkness, but they know the good and wrong in the Western world. When it comes to Liberia, then they play blind eye, they being fooled. I just don't get it. What sort of Liberia do we want? Let poor comments aside. What kind of Liberia we want? We go to Ghana for hospital when we're sick. We run to Guinea, we run to Sierra Leone. What kind of Liberia do we want? That is the question. Are we blind to life, the reality? We put in, when it started, you were in Liberia during the war. They said Charles Taylor, he came and mine, he came and pa, we will vote for you, they put him there. When it came to George Weah, what the song they were singing, you know, boy, we'll put there. What kind of Liberia do we want? Are we crazy sort of people in Africa? Are we just a country that people just laugh at us? That a strong opposition party came together, want a lot of seats, but it comes to who become the top of the ticket, trouble break loose. Now the same people who ran away from the contest decide to join with the government to say, oh, my lawyer will join with the government lawyer, let's prosecute another opposition. Is that
any something? Some people will behave like that. You ask a question, why is it that they see Liberian, when they go to Liberia, they see things, they complain, when they come back, then they turn around. It's all because they are not willing to accept change, or they feel that they should manipulate the people for certain people to remain powerful. But I think we'll read few comments here. That Rogan says, guys, God is at work. He will expose all the lies and expose the evil within our system. It is great that Alex is in a race. Yes, it's good that Mr. Cummings is in a race, and this will, let me tell you, this will add a new momentum or dynamic or momentum to the political dynamics of Liberia. Let me tell you, things will not be no. Paul, take me from my word today. Mr. Cummings will go through all the suffering. Mr. Cummings will win, or Mr. Cummings will not win. But Liberian politics is not going to be the same like before. Easily, new dynamics, new things will pop up. There will be new Alex Cummings coming back hereafter. Trust me. And you know, history can repeat itself. It can also change overnight. So let's listen to let's read this one. Maureen Wilson says, you need to start going back to J.J. Rao's time. If you read Liberian history, Liberian presidents were changed dramatically every 4 years. I don't know how dramatic it was because they were having election though, so I don't know how dramatic it was. But Liberia was even more dramatic or democratic, rather, sorry. Oh no, she said democratically, sorry. She said Liberian presidents were changed democratically every 4 years. Okay, that is, they were having elections and new presidents were coming in.
Right.
Yeah. Then Liberia was even more democratic than America. Wow. It was Tubman presidency that changed the Liberian trajectory.
All right.
The Americans kept Tubman in power to promote the Cold War. So
right. This is interesting. First of all, I would say it's wrong. It was one party system. It was people were not included in a one party system. It was just the elite at the time. So if we go back to the Liberian history, when the settlers came, it was only among the settlers.
Yes.
The native people were not allowed to vote. Women were not allowed.
I'm not even sure if the native people were not interested in voting, sir.
Wait, they were not even allowed. So it was just among the settlers. It was them again. So that one party system, it was the democracy within the one party system. It was when one came to the late 70s, the coming of people like Tobana Tipote, the Barker Matthew, the Amos Then that brought this sort of change that we wanted in Liberia, which the group they call the progressive. So that one party system, we cannot classify that one party system as democracy. It was only one party. There was no other. Even to your name have to be changed under that system before you are even welcome in the homes of those people. So it was not democracies. Sarah says that story, although according to history, whatever 4 years among them, but it was not inclusive.
But they say somebody, I think I heard who was this guy before? Edwin J. Roy, or somebody was a native Liberian, right?
Edwin J. Roy was not a native Liberian. Forget that thing. And if you check back, those that ran Liberia from J.J. Robert, they were all a mixed race. Edwin J. Robert was the darkest one among them. And apparently, if you deep down in history, he was one of those people that they were taken to slavery, and when they were captured, they brought them back. So he was not part of that group. And when you hear the first coup that ever took place in Liberia, it was Edwin J. Roy that it happened to. They actually got rid of him. So what it says is saying here, she's right in a way that according to the history, there were every year, but it was just among the elite. It was the American Liberia that kept that thing going. It was not inclusive at all. If you, Kwame Wise made a joke one time in one day he said the thing back in the days to even elect town chief. This is where Tonman will go and sit down and say, okay, who the chief you want to carry? The most favorable person in the town, they will say this person. Then Tonman will say, oh, because they want Tonman favor, he'll go kill behind that one. Say, if I were you people, this is the one I carry. Then everybody will run from that group and go behind. So that's sort of democracy. Is that the kind of do? No. So since I think it was just not inclusive. That's my thought.
Tottenham Town, for I watched one time, one vote. And I remember, yes, I don't know the year. If it's not 1969, it would be maybe 70 or 68, one of those years. I was small boy, very small. And my grandfather, everywhere the mates will go, you carry me. So we went. I remember they put built a scaffold. And they had a voting, and so I thought, I never knew about voting. Oh, I know that I had to vote. They would take, I still remember, they would take one paper. Who we want? No, they take a part of the show. President Tomo, President Tomo, everybody. So what I thought was that the voting war is Tomo, Then later I got to know that the president.
They call it so say one, so say all.
So, but I think they just try to make a point. But the point here is...
No, she got a point. She got a valid point.
The thing here is whether whether Liberia was democratic or it was not democratic. Liberia is still democratic though. But the thing here is people temper with the democracy where you got political leaders, turning against another person simply because he's gaining ground. You get in 2017, who had time for comics? Coming could even take the whole CPP document and point it. They will say, you forget that man. I mean, that guy, not doing anywhere in the election, that why he printing the paper for. But now, just to say the man changed, then that's funny. Coming so, I mean, Paul, can't you see it? 2017, you think coming take CPP document and point it, somebody get time for him? You're not borrowing him.
No,
now they see the difference.
Linfa, what interesting here? In 2017, it was funny, in Liberia, we were there campaigning. Everybody that went to the ballot, but they said they had second choice. My second choice would be this person. Even sedition, their second choice were coming. United Party, second choice were coming. So if you found out this guy got the kind of vote that he got, the newcomer, unexpectedly, he got more vote than some of the guys that have been around. And what Cummings did, he can't take place in most of the counties. He can't tell. And plus, people like the late Charles Walker Brunson have been coming beating in some of the counties. So, he never left. He been going around. So this is the thing that the people now understand. Say, wait a minute, this guy, he have not gone anywhere. We overlook him first in 2017. We overlooking him again, and he gaining momentum. We see trouble here. That trouble they finish seeing is the trouble now that the two teams decide to combine and say, let's prosecute this man. Let's stop him from running. That's common sense. Liberians should read between the lines. Why is this guy who not popular according to them? They're afraid of him. That is my question. Somebody who not popular, who not have the number, but you stay afraid and taking the court. So if you say right, you got the numbers, you popular, you carry this man to a primary that don't have number. You don't think you're whipping them?
And George Wesner said that same thing in an interview with Clarence on OKFM. It's December 4, 2020. Or 2021, one of those, I think. And he said the people were afraid, United Party was afraid to go to primary. He said it. So you see, these are the things that we're talking about. If you think you're so smart, more than the rest of the people, who got 5 billion people like bro, for God's sake, one person cannot, or a group of people cannot be smarter than everybody. It's not possible.
That's the reality, and that is the truth. And what happened here? Let me not cut you off, Linfa, but I just want to throw this in there. Now, this primary that was scheduled, they came up with all the nonsense about, it's 3 against 1. One go to the primary will be, so we'll have the block voting. You remember that thing came out? Widest spell block voting. Then the next thing they came up with,
the promoter.
Yeah, the next thing they came up with, Mr. Cummings is now buying the delegates.
The delegates, yeah.
But then, who is the richest man in Liberia? Isn't that Bernard Ure? So why Bernard Ure could not buy the people? Because he's the richest man. According to Bernard Ure, Cummings is not rich. He only go to board meeting and get small money and come back. You are the richest man. Then your propaganda said the man buying vote. So you are the richest man. What become of you? The same richest man now, he got so scared of this man, he decided to drag him to court and bring unnecessary book of charges against him. It does make sense.
But let me ask you this question. We both can just throw our own ideas on it. This case, the case is 0 case, no merits. You don't have to be, a Harvard lawyer to know that this case is a 0 case. Okay, but the government has put itself into this case to the neck. Okay, I mean the NEC case, not NEC. So the case is holding the government to the neck now. So it means that the government is in the case totally. One. Two, the government has spent taxpayers' resources on this bogus case for no reason. Okay? And the government has boasted so much that it now become sinful. It's just like, you fighting one small piggy. You thought you could beat a piggy. The piggy start beating you now. But even the piggy beat, when they say, I'm from that, you say, no, you're leaving, I'll go. And the piggy beating you. The piggy small for you. Everybody know that it deep past the piggy. But you want to fight the piggy, and the piggy beating you, they say, no, Paul, my friend, they say, no, me, I'll go. And that's in face. So the government now, they will just do everything possible. And at the end of the day, they know that there is no case, but they want to bring down a guilty verdict. And so, do you think it's wise that Mr. Cummings at this point has said, well, I'm going to go out to bring independent forensic investigators?
Well, the thing is, from what my sources have told me, I cannot, they have not been confirmed, but what has been said, so I'm saying it's having been confirmed from what my sources have told me, that Mr. Cummings served on a lot of bulls around the globe. And people have been following the Booker case in Liberia. They are concerned. The companies that he served on, those were the companies that actually wanted to find out what's really going wrong. So they actually engaged the British law firm, which Cherie Blair, the former Prime Minister Tony Blair Webb, is heading, to do a forensic thing on this thing. But because it's all settled, they cannot go and interfere. So the permission will have to come from the one who is a board member. That's where Cummings comes in to say, okay, I've done that. I gave you the permission. That's where my source is telling me. I cannot confirm that, but that's the other case. But yes, there's nothing in the case. That's why let's do a forensic. Yet people find out the truth. And an independent body comes in and says, look, we've done our investigation. Because remember, the case that went to court, it was fraudulent, right? Malicious, fraudulent, and all things. But was it change a document to favor one person? And they say, well, fraudulent, that's why you want to quote. So they will not, they'll bring all of these people in place that when you sign something, your signature, right? If you sign on another paper, some people have this expertise. They will look and say, yeah, the payment is the same. So those are the kind of forensic things that will come into place. So we don't have those things in Liberia. So if you bring us out, they'll be able to tell, say, yes, something went wrong, or no, something did not go wrong. That's how
Paul Trupley is an IT specialist. He's not a lawyer. But a lot of people, especially people from the other camp, are running all around the place. Oh, no, Osara are supposed to come to do investigation in Liberia. They don't have the right. No lawyers are supposed to come from Osara and practice law in Liberia. First and foremost, are the people coming to plead law, or are they just coming to do investigation?
It's investigation. They're not pleading law.
Okay.
The investigation will inform the lawyer. They will inform the people Mr. Cummings hang with the board, because he served on a lot of boards. They will tell those people, yes, we did what you're required of us. This is the findings. You see? So people now are jittering in Liberia that Mr. Cummings now has asked somebody from overseas, from Great Britain. That alone have put fear in the spines of those people that the government collaborators and the opposition collaborators, is now put fear in them. That wait a minute, this thing now become international. That international thing that comes with it, that's the one that get into them now. They start going with all of these things, but it's not going to go away.
Okay, the Laomo boy, the Port Nicky boy. He was
the Port Nicky boy. You know, his father who took Mr. Cummings to court,
Uh,
he's now saying, wait a minute, we have to do something, but it's late.
yeah, but the board nigga boy, wait, I come in. The board nigga boy today was saying, oh, the people do not have the right to come on our library law to do anything. But if the people, you see, the board nigga, that I told you, the boy, he feels that he's so smart, more than 5 million Liberians. This is what he said, that no outside, according to Liberian law, no outsider supposed to come and practice law in Liberia, blah, 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 or do any kind of investigation. What happened in the $16 billion case? The federal government did not send for people to come.
They did. Even in the princess get out there, and they said they must bring somebody from outside.
Okay.
The Odell Sherman, and they brought someone from outside.
From outside. Okay. So there's some, see the board talks until he's so stupid. That's why I love to follow. That's why I love to follow the show. Not because I really know what he said, but to just see the stupidity when he's spewing out and people sitting down there and hero, you know. Then I see the kind of people who got in Liberia.
You know where this come from? Liberia as a whole, the country depends on donors. International firm like where Sherry Blair, that Tony Blair worth.
I know that.
So coming into that situation, it placed the government, it will give them different picture of what is happening. And that picture, it will not be good for the Liberian government. The money they've been getting from donors, it's going to come to a point and say, wait a minute. So the things you don't want it to be exposed outside there, that's not, you see, that what I say in left, if you pour rope pull bush. You see, Cummings going his way, you decided to bring Booker case against him. You could now with Benedict Ure for some reason that envies this man. He does not like the ground he walk on. You could now with Benedict Ure, you took the man to court. Now they bring in somebody, you start jittering now. Why are you jittering? So they're supporting the rope rather pull bush now. You get it because what happened? It wouldn't end there. When they
let me tell you, these people did not smart. Some of us, I don't know, probably because I'm just curious. I follow events so keenly. Do you remember that Tony Blair himself went to Liberia after Ellen was elected? He went to Liberia for almost like a period of 2 weeks.
Yeah, Tony Blair have always been in Liberia. You are advocating for a lot of things in Liberia, and I know.
Okay, very good. And sources that were very close to the authorities those days. I've just left Liberia, of course, and I used to work as a journalist and had journalist friends, still very close friends, still working in the government. And some of them told me that the visit of Tony Blair was not just ordinary visit. James May had really gone to do opinion poll, the same kind of investigation, but he didn't go like investigator. The reason was when Chancellor was sent to The Hague, okay, Great Britain decided to take him, and the people felt that yes, maybe we could give this man another chance to go back to Liberia, but they still felt the situation was fishy. So Tony Blair went to Liberia to really conduct investigation to see on the ground whether this man can still gather support among the people. And somebody very close told me that Ellen said, no, you see, small George there, he gave me heart like that, that Taylor you want to bring here, you kill me. What happened? The moment Taylor left Liberia, the moment Tony Blair left Liberia, where Taylor came from The Hague straight to the UK. So these people, there are people to play with. That story may not be correct, but the person who told me, I know the person too, he can't lie easily because the person was close to the authority. So the wife of Tony Blair, heading of firm, and that firm is coming. Let's see whether it's unlawful, because I know internationally, people you can be anywhere and you can hire international lawyer, but maybe Liberia is different. Then I want to know why the government bring in investigators for the $16 billion. So let's see what will happen. But I know that firm that Tony Blair wife is heading, if they come to Liberia to conduct, road will pull bush and bush will fall.
But this is what I'm seeing. And the one who took Mr. Cummings to court, and now his son now go on a rampage.
Yeah.
What made him to go on a rampage? They just make the announcement, but then people start,
before you can yourself
on ease. So watch what I'm saying. They start feeding on ease. You told this man to quote. The man, he not in your way. He said, y'all leaving all y'all go. Let me go Buchanan and go Roma campaign. If they put on want me, they want me. I'm forced to be. But you drag the man to court. The man said, all right, let's bring somebody, send the government can't find case. I mean, they keep dragging me for 5 months. Yeah, bring independent people in now. Let's find out the truth. So I can go do my thing. If you want put me in jail, put me in jail. So why are you not jittering?
Everything finished.
Yes. So what is fear factor now coming sink in?
Yeah, but now the bottom the lawyer, he know all the Liberian law now. That no on our Liberian law, nobody can come from outside to come. Okay, when they come in, go stop them to the airport.
Well, so it's interesting. That's interesting time. You don't want Liberia to be. I'll tell you something. Let me not go for. I'll tell you something. 2003, when the Lord people and the Charles Taylor regime, that fight they did, that people were dying, dropping down. Right. We organized a protest in London that the war must come to a stop. That protest 2003, that summer, it was July. When we called for this protest, we said we can't be here, this happening. We've been too long for this civil war. Because every those days when you wake up, you put television on, Liberia Civil War. You just seen it. We said no, this thing have to stop. Our other friends here, it was July 26th, they decided to organize or kickball and football. We said no. Our people can be done. We organized kickball and football. We went to 10 Downing Street. I was the chairperson of the Liberian Association at the time. When I met Tony Blair, we still got letters here. He said, the Liberian situation, we in contact with our counterpart. That was George Will at the time. And that situation will be resolved. We still got this on record. So the British ambassador at the UN at the time, he was the main one behind forcing the American government to do something. And when that happened, that's why you're talking Tony Blair wanted Liberia to do all that. Yes, they knew Sierra Leone and the whole region that Charles Taylor had in everything. So they knew that. The only way to keep Charles Taylor away from that place is to keep him in Great Britain here, that he cannot be in Africa and cause trouble. That's why they kept him here. And when they gained 50 years, that left time imprisonment. But the English will have a way. If you serve at some point in time, when he's reached that age that they know he have no more influence, they will let him go. You know, it happened to General Pinochet, the guy from I think
Pinochet from Chile.
From Chile. Similar thing like that happened. So it's going to happen. Yeah. So the people in Liberia now, because they have poor rope, the rope has not poor bush, they're kind of scared. And it's just a start.
But you know, I will tell you something, Paul. Just to recap again what I was saying earlier, when people they got monopoly to power, or they can do anything they want, or people can suppress the other people. Let me tell you, life is all about living. Life is all about living. So if you can suppress my life to the point where I cannot live again, people got different ways of reacting. Some people will go hang themselves. Some people, when they reach that point, that elastic limit, you know, take a piece of elastic and stretch it. You will stretch until you reach what we call in physics the elastic limit. It can no more stretch. It will allow cut. Okay. Now, so some people, when they reach their elastic limit, they can no more go anywhere. They will take their own life, or they will go and kill people, or they will do something. So you can't frustrate a group of people. You see, Cummins is a Liberian like any other person. He has the right. So why would you want to frustrate this man and you know, like he comes from, Even we the foreigner living in other people's country, when they do something to us, we can complain sometimes. So what do you think about somebody in his own country and then you do all these things? So all the people can sit there and talk all these things. Oh, and you know, some people they believe that nothing bad can happen in Liberia. I mean, I still say something bad can happen. I say what happen, but it can't. Because if you provoke the situation, we got a lot of angry people in Liberia. Let me tell you, a lot of people lost their people in the war and no war crimes code. And the same people like Benoni Urede should not be walking around here and making noise. Okay, that I think this thing can even get to the international community, that our Liberian people can still be honoring people, because the international community will not kind of grab Benoni Urede if he's not judged. We should be the one to put people like that in jail.
But Linford, I just said when you pull rope, right? The rope pull bush. So
the bush, yeah.
So the bush is pulling now. Benoni Urede then coming to face the war crime that they've been avoiding. I mean, these are the bad actors. There are a handful of them that are dead, that don't damage to this country, and they don't want the country to change. And somebody who is preaching change, give the person a chance to do what they want to do as a Liberian. But you cannot tell this person, oh no, the person can run because he's criminal. On what ground? If I stole from you, I stole your t-shirt and you found it in my room, how long it take? Oh, this is a t-shirt you stole from me. You said the man, he authored a document in your possession.
Yeah, sure.
It will take 5 months for you still can't find the authorization that was made on this document. What kind of system? What's nonsense?
The first thing is to be able to realize that somebody authored the document. You should have it in your possession to be able to show it and make comparison with the one that was authored and the one that was not authored, and say, okay, this is the original one, but they want is. But you can bring any copy. Then you're asking the man to bring a copy. Then you go to NEC to, let me tell you, and people like people like Serena Cephas, then what do they know? And that people like Serena Cephas, I don't understand. When you think the guy we all work with Taylor, they were working in a Petro newspaper, okay, and I was working in radio, okay, and I know this guy, so he feel that the power that be today will be forever. Then just refer back to when during the wartime when Taylor was in power, okay. A lot of people felt that nothing will happen. Taylor will just be there forever. So Serena see for everything that he's doing today. That's why I said Liberian people will learn very hard, a half hour to learn, but will forget very easily. There will be tomorrow. We'll soon be finishing, and Paul, because again, let me announce that this is the final edition, not the final, but this is the last edition for now, at least, until we can make our technical adjustments fully in a days. So today is the last edition of the program, the Bottom Line, on a Friday. We'll be coming on every Tuesday as of starting next Tuesday. We'll be coming on every Tuesday, not Friday, until we can continue with our technical adjustments and do everything. We make sure that everything is in place. So we're going to be coming on one time a week from now for some time until we can make changes. But that one time we'll be coming on, we can show you that it will be packed, because we're gonna gather all the fights, we're gonna gather all of the events and just come and deliver it in your laps at that time. And Paul will be taking our exit very soon.
Yeah, but talking about the Saturday program, that one time.
Yeah. The Saturday program also will be coming. So it's going to be like the reason I'm saying that this is the Bottom Line. This program is called the Bottom Line Liberia, and the Saturday program is called ANC Night, right?
Yeah, it's all about ANC, and
all about ANC.
Saturday will be Happy Mariah Yakula on the show.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and the flyer I'll send it to you. Maybe you have not checked your details yet.
Yeah.
She'll be coming out tomorrow. The flyers are all, because she will bring us the understanding of the whole legality of this case. So Mariah will be with us tomorrow, 8 o'clock UK time, which is 9 o'clock Central European time. We'll have Mariah with us tomorrow. We'll host Mariah tomorrow.
And Paul here is the producer of that program. Will be sitting in I may be a little bit busy tomorrow, but I will find a chance to chip in. And so regularly, it's going to be Paul on that Saturday edition of that show, which is called ANC Night, and it's all about ANC. But this one is the bottom line Liberia, and we discuss different issues, but most of our focuses will be on the ANC as well. And Paul, let's look at this. Let's look at this program coming up in Germany. In my tribal people, they got one parole. They say even though they hunting a dog, I mean the hunting dog is beyond the animal. It's chasing him. He might die at some point, but he'll still be eating. He'll still have fun. He can stop and eat while the dog chasing him. You eat more, drink water, and continue your journey. So even though the people are beyond Mr. Cummings, they think that they can bring him down. They doing all kinds of things. But Mr. Cummings is expected to visit Liberians in the diaspora in Europe. And this is going to be the very first time that a Liberian political aspirant is coming to this part of Europe or this part of the world, because mostly our people go where? America. Yeah, it's understandable because you got millions of Liberians living in America as compared to Europe. But notwithstanding, the population in Europe is also increasing. So Mr. Cummings has seen it necessary. Okay, and he said he'll be here in July. So let's see. Paul is going to tell us more about this program.
Well, okay, this is about the Liberians, ANC Liberians in Europe will be introducing Mr. Cummings to the wider Liberian community in Europe. We will be in Hanover, Germany on the 8th and 9th, where people will have the opportunity to sit with Mr. Cummings and ask him questions about their beloved country, how and he want to take the country, at which point. Any question they have to interact with him, that's one of the things to get to know him. It will also be a fundraiser in Germany for this occasion to help Mr. Cummings achieve his goal in Liberia, to change Mama Liberia, the change that he advocating for, that he want to bring. So it will be good that Liberians come over. I think the next time we meet, we'll have the planning team here to explain to us the whole program, what it will be like in Germany. And we're all excited and we'll all be getting ready now, booking our hotels. We'll be in Germany, hand over the 8th and 9th of July.
Mm-hmm. And talking about the planning committee of this program, I think it's very important for us to have them here. But I have decided I will give them a little bit of time to work, so that when they get here, they will just be displaying what they have done. Okay, this is the hotel booking. This is the play. I mean, the hall, and this is that. This is that. And most importantly, we want to know what's on the menu. So what will be cooking, because small we let her eat plenty. So everything will be there.
Check the viewers comment. I think there's some question there for you.
Let me see. But like I said, Paul, if you can read that comment for me, because I'm not.
I got our sis daughter say is ANC now on the same bottom line. ANC now will be, we created a new page, which is bottom line Having Liberia. That will be shared. So that page is easy. You just click and you follow it. Every time we come live, it will be so. This bottom line, we're doing the testing. That page is live. People are on it and people are on this one. So at some point in time, we'll only have one page running for everybody to be able to follow. So that's the testing. And tomorrow when we're on, we'll carry that one page. So we share it in our chat room. And what I will do, I will share it on the stream for people to follow our page.
And as we speak, we have up to 8 people watching right now, and we have 3 of them on the new page that Paul is talking about. And then on the bottom line, we have 5. So, it's easy. You can catch up on, you can follow us on any of the I think $6 is on the bottom line right now.
I
And so
think that's what she's talking about, because as people are still, so we're going to consider all of them, put on one page that you get everybody come together. So starting from tomorrow, we'll do the testing on that, and we hope that you join us tomorrow and follow up. And before we go, I want to make that will be a fundraiser tomorrow, ANC fundraiser. I think that it starts 2 o'clock Liberian time, and that will be like 3 o'clock our time, and I think it's 4 o'clock your time. It will be an ANC fundraiser, and that fundraiser will last. So I think after at that point, that's why we decided to start our program 8 o'clock tomorrow. We should be 9 o'clock your time, because the fundraiser will come before we kick in with Mariah tomorrow, just to let our viewers know. So we'll do the testing. We're asking our audience to kind of join us. I want to see if I can put the link on all the pages so people can follow, and just take it as follow, and then they follow us. So you can follow Linfa.
Okay. So we're making a lot of adjustments, because this online work is not very easy, because we're dealing with technology and a lot of things can happen. So we need to make changes all the time and make sure that we can reach you, our viewers, because without you, we cannot be here. And without you, we cannot pass the information to anybody. And like we said, this is a platform that promotes the ideologies of Mr. Cummings and also the ANC. And so if you are an ANC supporter or an ANC sympathizer, all you do, share the video right after here. We also on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and watch it. If you didn't, you can recommend it to your folks. You can click, you can subscribe to it, and make sure that you can always see it. And because a lot of things we say, there will come time that you can go back to even make reference and say, "Oh yes, I remember. Suzu thing was said on bottom line." So thanks for watching. And Paul, I don't know if there's anything more to add.
Well, it's good to be here, Linfa, and I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. I wanted to show the flyers, but you didn't have time to see it. And
yeah,
Mariah will be here tomorrow to actually lay out the legality of all this that running. Remember, she served as a former chief of staff to Mr. Cummings, so we will be getting more info of how far ANC have gone with all of the court cases, what the legal team doing, why is it the legal team, some people see the legal team as weak. We'll be diving into that tomorrow. So we'll have Mariah in the house tomorrow, and we're looking forward to it. So I ask people tomorrow, tune in tomorrow, have your beer, your wine, your champagne, lay back and enjoy the conversation tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, this is the flyer. I'm sorry, it's on my phone. I didn't transfer it to the app, but I think you can still see it. So Mark 5 is going to be on tomorrow, huh?
Yes. So we'll have a full house, be firing tomorrow. So we'll share the details. We'll publish it on Bottom Line webpage so people can follow. We're sharing all the chat room. We'll ask people to tune in tomorrow. Be interesting. We'll have an interesting conversation tomorrow.
Okay. And so this is how we like to draw the curtains on this final edition of the Bottom Line Liberia for Friday. And it's so sad to say goodbye to Friday, but we're going to come back, like I said, after our technical adjustments and things are in place and everything is tight, then we can increase our frequency, like how many days will come on in a week and stuff like that. Paul, let me say thank you. And also thank you to all of our viewers and Sis Maureen, Sis Dolly, and all of you. Sis Dolly is always here with us. And I think Sis Dolly is forgetting to know that she's some of the co-hosts or guest co-hosts here. And next we will drag her. I think we got to drag, they think that about 5 about 4, so we're going to start dragging people now. But Sis Dolly, always be ready, because one time I will just take a phone and call you and say, come, today you're on the show. And Paul, thank you so much. And I wish that the guest will be tomorrow on, and we can all have a good conversation, and let's get some of the understanding into the legal, ramifications of these keys and stuff like that. Thanks, folks. From my end, I like to say,
please share the flyers on Bottomland page for us. Link for
yeah, sure. I will do that, and I will share all of the pages and the chat rooms.
Okay.